there's an important concept that drastically changes the outcome of my day that I'm not gonna lie, admittedly, I forget a lot more than I should. But the thing that really dictates my entire day is the first hour of the morning when I wake up. How do you spend that first hour when you wake up? And for me today, when I woke up, I didn't check my phone. I went straight for a cold shower, ate a little bit, worked out, got home, ate lunch, journaled, got to read, and I did work. And then now here I am recording YouTube videos, and it's still like super fucking early, and I'm gonna have time to enjoy the rest of my day. But honestly, for the past year, and I think especially getting into this place where I have a lot of freedom and I don't have too much of a routine, I've been finding myself, and I feel like this is something that you guys probably do a lot, right? I've been finding myself waking up and just going straight to my phone. Straight to my phone for the first 30 minutes, even to an hour, even longer, uh, which is really bad, right? And what happens then is by the time that I'm done, by the time I'm sick and tired of it, I'm like, all right, I gotta get on my phone. I gotta actually start doing shit. I don't want to do anything. And there's a lot of different factors at play here that I think you guys should know about. And the first thing that's going on is when you're waking up and you're instantly stimulating your brain, what's happening is when you wake up, this is your peak time that your brain can do extreme deep work and can function at its best. And what's happening is when you're scrolling on your phone or anything like that, the first thing that's happening is you are being so just absolutely bombarded with dopamine, which is a feel good chemical that you usually get after accomplishing things, right? And so when you start feeding in your brain first thing in the morning with this cheap dopamine, when especially when you haven't even done anything, you wake up and the first thing that happens is your brain's up here. It's stimulated as fuck, and you're eating junk food and you're being stimulated by social media, and now you're comparing yourself and all that stuff. Now when it's time to actually go do productive stuff throughout the day, you don't want to, obviously, because normally once you do something, here's like your dopamine level, this is time, you do something, you get that hit of dopamine and it's like, oh fuck, I want to do this shit again. But when you're waking up and you're instantly hitting yourself with dopamine, you're up here and it's like, all right, it's time to do shit. And then you do something and it's like, it doesn't give you that same sense of dopamine. And so it's no wonder why you have an absolute struggle with getting shit done throughout the day. It's because that first hour of the day, you're not honoring yourself. You're not telling the universe, you're not showing the universe that, you know what, no, like my time is important. Second thing, right? Social media, by the way, is completely designed to have you addicted. The people who run those apps, their whole intention is to get you so hooked with your attention and eventually sell that to advertisers for money. You checking social media and that kind of shit first thing in the morning is, you're nothing but digits to those people. You're nothing but sales to those people. And so what can you do about this? The easiest hands down thing that you can do to not fuck up your morning and to not fuck up the rest of your day, which by the way, it is so very rarely that I will be on my phone first thing in the morning and then I'm like, all right, well, time to get stuff done. And then I get a lot of stuff done, right? If you want to do things with ease without having to think so much and be in this flow state of work while it's completely easy, excuse me, you need a routine. You need a routine. There's this YouTuber I watch. His name is Hamza, and he has this what is it called? An analogy. He has this visualization, right, where he says you can imagine your when you wake up, you have a bar, a meter of willpower, and as you go on throughout the day, as you start to make certain choices, your willpower starts to deplete and deplete and deplete until eventually it gets to a point where it's like, all right, I'm fucking tired of making decisions, and you result back to just making unconscious decisions. And what's happening is when you have a routine and you have a set thing that you know will save you, a set sort of actions um, sequential behavior that can get you into this momentum flow state. You don't have to think about it as much. And by the time that you do start to use your willpower to start thinking about things, it's like it's like a no-brainer. It's like no duh. Of course I want to keep doing dope shit. Of course I want to keep having a productive day. Of course I want to keep having an awesome day. And I think the biggest trap that I fall into is now that I have this information, you know, um, I become complacent. I become complacent because I have the knowledge. And I think, okay, well, I know logistically what I have to do. I have to wake up, don't use my phone. I have to start my day right. But because I know that, I'm like, okay, well, one little peek at my phone won't do any harm. It does. It'll fuck you up so bad, and you need to watch out for that, and you need to be conscious of it. But yeah, if you want to have a more productive day, if you want to do it with ease, if you want to breeze through your day with productivity and make it feel like you're not trying, make it feel like you're not disciplining yourself, because disciplining yourself is such a hard fucking thing. I genuinely believe that you could get through life and through hard work easily if you were in a flow state. But the thing is you cannot allow your brain to be sabotaged so early with unconscious decisions that are setting your life up for failure. So if you want to breeze through life, make a fucking routine. And if you want my routine, I wake up, do not check your phone. Do not check your phone. As tempting as it is, you might feel like you're missing out on things. You might feel like you need to see what's going on with the world. You might feel like you got to text somebody. But I swear, from somebody who has gone through it, from somebody who has tried their best to set this routine and be disciplined and ends up falling through because they just wanted to do a small little check on social media or text somebody, it's not going to work. Don't. Like, while you have the most willpower when you first wake up, use all of that willpower to set up the rest of your day. And I swear to God, the rest of your day is going to be so easy. So I wake up, no phone. I take a cold shower. Cold stimulates the body and gets you a good surge of dopamine, and it wakes me up, and I'm like, here, I'm ready for the day. Brush my teeth, eat something small, and I just go to work out. Oh, there's something called Eat the Frog, which is an idea of like, if you were given the task to eat a frog before dinner or after dinner, when would you do it? And logistically, the best thing that you should do is eat it before dinner. Get the hard shit out of the way first. Whatever's the hardest thing they have to do it the first thing in the morning. And that's a matter of like what's important to you, right? Is it work? Is it school? Is it fitness? Whatever you're struggling with, get that done. Get it out of the way so you never have to think about it ever again, and the rest of your day becomes so easy. And then on top of that too, do you know how much like good dopamine is gonna be like sent to your brain after that? But yeah, eat the frog first thing in the morning. Whatever your hardest task is, get that shit done. And then from there, once I get home from the gym or whatever, if I eat, one thing I notice is if I watch YouTube videos or anything while I'm eating, that slips me into being unconscious. And the price to pay for success, I've said this before, is you really have to be conscious. You have to be conscious about your actions. You got to be conscious about your feelings. You got to be conscious about your thoughts. But it truly is worth it. If you actually want to see progress in your life and you want to see it happen with ease, be conscious. It's not that much of a sacrifice at all. In fact, I would argue you really get nothing out of being unconscious. The whole point of life is to... I'll get into the point of life in another video. Maybe I posted it before this. Who knows? Eat, and then I know after I eat, I am more inclined to want to lay down. So after I eat, meditate, journal, read, get some actual rest. A lot of the times we think that, oh, I'm going to go on my phone, I'm going to watch something, I'm going to go on social media, I'm going to play video games. We think that that's rest, but again, what's happening is you're stimulating your brain with dopamine. You're stimulating it, and that way your brain doesn't actually get rest. So then you're like, all right, it's time to do work, but your brain was working the entire fucking time. The thing is, too, right, is you need to find what works for you. You really need to find what works for you. And so if you're going about this and you're like, all right, I'm gonna set my morning routine tomorrow, and it doesn't fall through, do not beat yourself up over that. And do not be like, all right, this shit don't work. You gotta not take things so personally throughout this entire process. And I need to let you know, like, I'm only 20, right? And I've been doing this shit since I was like, I don't even know, like 14, 15. And I'm still, as I'm going on throughout my journey of life, finding out better and better ways to optimize my routine, find out what works for me, what doesn't work for me, and being conscious of like, all right, what's fucking up my time, what isn't fucking my time. It's a long, long, long process to finding what works for you. And for you, maybe you don't want to do cold showers in the morning. Maybe first thing you want to do when you wake up is you want to write. Maybe you want to read. Maybe you want to drink tea in the morning. Whatever works for you, right? And so that everything that I just stated is just what works for me. And find what works for you. Don't beat yourself up. It's a long journey. It's a long, long, long journey. I believe in y'all. Bless the new earth.